Hey everybody, welcome on in. Happy Wednesday. If you're in the US, happy 4th of July tomorrow. Since today's the 3rd, I'm gonna go ahead and go live on Insta. Oh god, I didn't turn on my lights. Oh, there you go. That's a nice piece of art. 3D modeling. Oh, that's 3D. Oh shit, that's cool. That's a really nice stylized texture. Okay, hold on. We're gonna turn on our lights here. 1 second. Before I go live, I gotta have everything ready. There we go. Perfect. Better. Okay. Going live on Instagram. Alright, so I think we're good. I think we're live. Let's see. See if everything's working. Everything's working. I think we're good. Lydia, hello, how are you? I saw your message. I'm sorry. I need to respond to you. Today's been weird. How are you doing? It's good to see you. It's good to see everyone on Instagram. Welcome on in, everybody. We are working once again on the ship, and as promised, we're doing a Q&A today. I had you guys send in some pictures, or not pictures, some questions. I just verified that there were no new ones. We're good there. If you guys have questions during, I'm totally down to answer them. Just try to keep them like specific. I had a couple that I had to throw away because like they were over very complex subjects that I can't really like openly show on stream yet. So, yeah. How to money as a 3D fresher? Shiv, what do you mean by that? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Kelsey, thank you for the resub. Hello, how are you? But, okay, so let me do this. I'm going to pull up... Where's my Joplin? And I'm going to move this over. Oh, it's already over here. God damn, that's bright. Can we make that not so bright? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's go. All right, so we'll start off with the first question that I got. And then I'll do some of these chat ones. So one of the first questions I got was, why, after getting a tablet, do I not do stylized projects? The reason being is because I'm just too afraid to try something stylized. They're pretty complex, and as far as like things like characters and stuff like that, I haven't really thought to do it yet. So the reason that I haven't tried to do like stylized textures or stylized modeling is because I'm really trying to focus on like hyperrealism right now, and it may be something that I do later. I'm just not really sure. What makes you use Maya instead of Blender? I struggle with Maya. So, backstory, I've been using Maya for 15 years. So I've been using it since, Maya 2011 or something like that, or 2010 was the thing. I think that would be 2010. Because we had 2010 in school for like 2 years before we upgraded. And I don't know, I've just gotten really comfortable with it over the years. And when I started, Blender was literally a piece of garbage. Like, it was good in the sense that it could create certain kind of like 3D animations. Like if you think back with Blender's history, like Big Buck Bunny was made on the version of Blender that was available at the time. And while it was cool, it was super rudimentary, and it was just not something that I was interested in trying to figure out in high school. Sorry, I learned Maya, but I don't know how to land clients. Oh, got you. One of the best ways is to get yourself out there on social media, get yourself out there on client recruiting sites, stuff like that. I think CG Trader has some job things too. I haven't really looked, honestly, in a while, but the other thing you can do is look at ArtStation. Sometimes there's posts there. Abhishek, hello, good morning. I'm good, chilling with my middle son, watching some Daniel Tiger episode. What is that? Oh, the same Daniel Tiger. What is Daniel Tiger? I don't know what that is. I'm looking it up. Hold on. Daniel Tiger. Oh boy. I'm sorry. That's not fun. That doesn't sound like much fun. That doesn't sound like much fun at all. What type of niche should I go into for 3D? That's not something I can really answer. Really, it's going to be, what are you comfortable with making? Because the reality is like your niche is going to be whatever you decide that you want to focus on and practice and get good at. Not so much like, as an artist, I wouldn't say just pick the most like saturated niche to jump into, because the reality is like you're gonna get miserable after a while because you're not gonna be doing things that you love. So I would say pick something you love. It's cute, but not that cute after the millionth time. And I totally get that. Abhishek, how are you doing? He who speaks follows the channel. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome on in. My alerts are playing twice, and I don't know why. That's weird. But yeah, so again, guys, we're doing a Q&A. I'm kind of talking through some stuff, and I figured it would be a good way to kind of start off. I did also want to announce that if you are interested, you can join my Instagram as a member. There is a post up in the VIP section already, as well as a video, but the video is just kind of an introduction thing. But I believe the first 5 people get it for 50% off for the first year. So if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, supporting what I do, that's an awesome way to do it. And I'm going to be posting some exclusive stuff there from some exclusive projects that I don't get to post on my regular social media. So that's kind of some cool stuff to see. But that's totally up to you guys. I do not require that, but if you want to support me, that's a great way to do so. Okay. So yesterday we cleaned up a lot of this guy. There's still a lot to be done. I'm hearing myself. Why am I hearing myself? Oh, that's why I'm hearing myself. Let's do that. There we go. Fixed it. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got the wrong music going. Ooh, that was almost bad. Okay. I'm going to try this music. I'm really hoping YouTube doesn't try to, like, nuke me. But, I don't know. It's, like, Bard Tavern ambience. So, I don't know if it's copyrighted or not, so we're going to try it. But it seemed chill, and I felt like tonight was a chill night, so we're gonna go for it. Make sure it's not too loud. Nah, that's good. All right. Because I think I'm a little tired of lo-fi right now. Should I deep down on Maya or learn Unreal? Is it better like future-proofing? Future-proofing, you should learn both. I'll be totally honest about that. And the reason I say you should do both, that's just too loud. Is because Maya and Unreal kind of go hand in hand, at least currently. Unreal hasn't really released a good modeling package yet, even though I know they're kind of working on one. So as far as Unreal Engine goes, it's a good place to learn, like or to focus on the live visualization stuff, the any of the real-time stuff. But as far as modeling and stuff like that, you're gonna want to probably stick with Maya. So I would learn both. Especially because Unreal's free, so, you know. As a 3D modeling beginner, I have no idea how to create a portfolio. You got any tips? Yes. So, one of the things that I've kind of learned over the years is to kind of focus down on things. So, like your major projects, right? So here, I'll pull up my ArtStation. And I might use my buddy as an example because his is much better than mine. So, we go to my ArtStation here, which if you guys don't follow me on ArtStation, follow me on ArtStation. It's pretty cool. So one of the things that I've been doing is posting the projects that I'm like most proud of and the ones that I've worked the hardest on. These projects are ones that I feel look good to a prospective employee or employer. And some of them I've been removing as I go along. So like this skull, that's going to be the next one that kind of goes, just because this was an older project. It doesn't really reflect my skill set anymore. It doesn't really reflect what I was doing. Same thing with this one. This is my old lightsaber project. You can see the very clear difference between them both. And then this top row is like my current, like, proud of stuff. So when it comes to this, when it comes to building your portfolio, you want to make sure you are focusing on creating pieces that you are both proud of and showcase your technical skill. It's okay to post stuff every once in a while from like tutorials and things like that, but I would really try to do like pick your own projects and do your own things, which is part of why I'm doing this ship. This is my own portfolio piece. Sir, can you please rig the robot model next time, sir? Please, the fire tank model. Please open the fire tank model. The fire tank model? You mean this one? This guy? This is an old project. I am currently revamping it, though. This was college for me. It's morning, dude. It's raining too. Memories, old days. That's awesome. We've been getting all sorts of rain. It's so nice. But yeah, Sarvesh, I hope that helps a little bit. Your portfolio is going to speak about you as an artist, so you want to make sure you're showcasing the best aspects of you as an artist. Okay. Do a little bit of stuff here. So the rigged robot, I think you're talking about BD1, Abhishek. I'm not gonna probably not gonna rig that one live, just because I am not super confident in my rigging skills yet. Because it's been years since I've actually really focused on rigging, so probably not something I'm gonna do live. That, and it's kind of an obnoxious process to go through live. Okay. So I'm just kind of working through this today, just trying to make sure that we can get ready to mirror this across. I know we have this giant gaping hole now, but we're trying to find where we need to do some refinement. I'm seeing a big glaring issue up here. So the question is, if I drag an edge loop through here, where does it go? It goes places. Okay. All right, that's actually acceptable. So we just need to link that across because it's just not. Mesh tools, multi-cut. Cool. And that should, in theory, go all the way through to the front, and it does. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Are you currently working freelancing? And last question is C4D better for product animation? So Cinema 4D is a weird one, right? Because you can do a lot with it, but I know its primary focus is in the graphic design area when it comes to animated commercials and things like that. So it's pretty good. I wouldn't say I don't really know of many large budget productions that use Cinema 4D, but it's still a good application. Hey dear, I'm also working on Maya, but I'm not pro like you. Give me an idea on how improving my lighting and texturing. Well, thanks for the compliment. I am nowhere near pro, but I appreciate that. As far as improving your lighting goes, there's a couple of things that I like to tell people. So when you're looking at actually improving your lighting, look at the way real world objects work. Try to reference things that match what you're trying to accomplish. So for instance, here. We're gonna reference ArtStation a lot here. I'll use my own work for this. So this is a terrible lighting job. I did an awful job on this. I've got these really harsh shadows. If you look in real life, you'll notice we don't normally get these super sharp, super crisp shadows. So when you're focusing on designing your lighting for your scene, you want to make sure you're lighting with the thought, depending on of course what you're modeling, that you're trying to mimic real lighting situations. So for BD1, for example, I tried to focus on having soft light shadows underneath him, as well as casting shadows in areas that are going to be more hidden from light. So that's why you get these dark under areas here. So you want to make sure that you are creating the most realistic idea of what you're lighting, which is why we have certain setups like 3-point lighting setups. 3-point lighting setups are really good ways to do presentation for your work. And when it comes down to it, if something isn't looking right, try to figure out why it's not looking right and then troubleshoot from there. But a lot of people, what I notice is they will tend to stick to a one use setup and then call it good. But it's super important to learn about different lighting situations. One of the ones I did, which I don't know, did I post that one to... I didn't post that one to ArtStation. Hold on a second, I'll pull it up here. Go to my Instagram. So for instance, I did a lighting study because I wanted to focus more on learning interior lighting because I'm not the best at it. So the whole idea behind this scene was to have very little light on the inside aside from some accent lighting, and then have most of the light from the scene coming in from the side windows and bouncing off the ground. So if you look at the scene the way it's set up, you can kind of tell a little bit better from the UV, but so basically what I did was to light the entire scene. There's one large light on the floor. That light is creating that bounce light because in 3D, we don't technically, it doesn't function 100% like real life, right? So your light's not going to bounce and reflect unless you're setting up materials that are actually doing that. And in a lot of cases, you're going to drag down your render times by doing so. So what I did for this scene was I had my exterior lights blasting in, and then I had one main light, which was creating that bounce light. So really it's just about kind of figuring out how light works, and then figuring out how you can cheat it or how you can realistically achieve it. One of the other really important ways, you can't tell with BD1, but BD1 had an HDRI light around him. So an HDRI, if you guys are not familiar with them, let me open one up here. It's an image that contains lighting data. It's an HDR image on top of the information that it holds. So if we look at, let's see, texture libraries, HDRIs, they're usually in EXRs. You can use like JPEGs. I'll open this one because this one's, I can actually open this one. So this is an HDRI map. So what Maya can do with these maps is it can pull this information in and create kind of a global light that lights up your scene and casts realistic style light. These are super awesome tools if you've never used one before. They come in handy a lot. And a lot of the times what you'll notice with like real productions is they will do an HDRI on set, or they will use something similar, some sort of way to record the lighting situations on set to then recreate in the computer. And this is one of the ways they'll do that. And you just use you just create a, what do you call it? I always forget the name of it. Go over to Arnold. So you create one of these ones. It's a sky dome light. And then from there you'd attach your HDRI to that. You'd have a really great lighting detail coming through, and that's kind of how I achieve a lot of the realistic lighting I work with. And as far as texturing's kind of the same thing, you know, just like really spend time focusing on like real life objects. You know, nothing in life is perfect. Everything has its own issues. Achieving like a perfect finish on something is usually what gives it away as being fake. So that's usually how I tend to like look at things. I know that was a mouthful, but hopefully that helped. Whoa, hello. What are you? Oh. That is an edge loop. Okay. Just trying to clean up some of this topology a little bit. That's not cool. Okay. There you go. How can I give the best chamfer or bevel for realistic assets so that they're not hard edges and low/high poly? You just kind of got to get creative with it. So like, for instance, if you were beveling something, so you're going to bevel an edge, but say you were beveling that edge and then adding like dent details, you're either you either are going to want to model some of that in, right? So like you would take your edges, you would add some more edge loops on the interior and start denting it in and kind of creating that shape, or sculpting it. Sculpting it is another really good way to get that detail in there, that fine detail. You can cheat it with like normal maps and displacement maps, but I would not try to go that route. Dude, from the past 2 months, I'm your YouTube subscriber. I learned more about Maya from your videos, and I've never seen you do sculpting at ZBrush. You have any idea? Oh, so you have any idea of doing some ZBrush sculpting? Okay, so here's the big secret about ZBrush. I don't know it. I am currently learning it. I am going to be, and this is one of those things I feel weird shilling myself, but the VIP thing on Instagram that you can join, I'm going to be posting my ZBrush stuff there, just because it's going to be very raw, it's going to be very ugly, and I don't want it to be on my main feed, so that's kind of one way you can see that. And then if you're in my Discord, I might share some of that too. I'm not going to be comfortable teaching ZBrush for a long time because I'm still learning it myself. Can I get ZBrush for free? No, unfortunately not. You do have to pay for it. I have 2 questions. What's your end goal for 3D modeling? And what are you doing to get to the end goal? So the end goal for what I would consider myself like a 3D generalist, right? So like my end goal is to potentially end up either doing this full time on the internet, which is a possibility, or doing this for a studio. So if I could get a job at a studio somewhere, like my big realistic goal or unrealistic goal would be to work for ILM, but that's a tough one to get into. So that's kind of the goal there. Like right now, my main goal is just to build my social media following and create a community around this and kind of fix the things that I think are wrong with the 3D education community, because I think it's not great right now. There are sites that are great, but like colleges, for instance, they're terrible. And then what am I doing to get to my end goal? Working on this stuff every single goddamn day is what I'm doing. I literally have stopped playing games for the most part, and I work on this every single day. And if you guys follow on Instagram, that's a good way to see the stuff that I do. BD1 was the last project I finished, and this one is hopefully going to be the next. I've been working in information technology for the past almost 15, 16 years. And I can tell you guys I'm getting burnt out on it. So it's kind of all or nothing for me at this point. Okay. Beautiful. That's looking good. Yeah, Nisant, I wish we could all get ZBrush for free. But it is unfortunately quite expensive, actually. Alright, you know what? The music is kind of killing me now. I was hoping it wasn't going to. Did YouTube ever flag me? YouTube. Let me see. Nah, YouTube never flagged it. Okay, well, it's good to know that that works. We'll do this one. Good to know that that works. So what's up, my dude? How's the family? Family's good, man. We just, I know we didn't really post a lot about it, but I just got to meet Mr. Chaos himself, Chris, of the Chaotic Seekers in person. I got to meet Roy from Roy's Parrot Club in person, Madness in person, Kat in person. So basically like the core like family group that has been around, except for Stigma because she wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. But we were all able to meet Sharky. I met Sharky too. So we all got to meet and hang out in person in Utah, and it was really cool. But otherwise, me and Sydney are doing great. Stuff's going really well. Let's see. I'm just learning Maya and Substance for 6 months. Do you have any advice? Just keep going. That's kind of the best advice, just to keep going. Each project you'll find you start getting better and better and learning more and more. You'll get there. And that's nice and sharp. It's just finally coming together. How can we earn with Maya? Well, that's a good question. So you can do a couple of things, right? You can, you can go through and start your own, business that does 3D visualization work, or you could try to, join a studio. So kind of the easiest ways to go about making money with it. Or start social media. Social media is another great way to do it too. Hello, what are you? Why are you there? But how are you doing, STI? It's good to see you, man. Oh, look at that. Delete. Okay. Yeah, Substance Banner took me a little bit to figure out, but it's not the hardest thing in the world to learn. It can be a little challenging, but you'll get there. All right, let's look at another question I got on Instagram, because I do want to make sure I get these ones. What should I do to apply with my 3D modeling showreel? So that's an awesome question. So when you're talking about a showreel, I would personally look at attaching it to a portfolio, like on ArtStation or Kara or something. Just something that shows a broad range of things, and people can actually look at your technical skills as well. But as far as like applying, you just need to find jobs that you're comfortable applying for and you think that you would be a good fit, and go for it. One of the biggest things that I've kind of heard is just like, don't apply for things, and this is like with any business really, don't apply for things that you're not qualified for. You can try, but in the end, you're probably just going to get an instant denial, and that could potentially hurt your ability to get employed there later down the road as like a junior position or something like that. So really just look for jobs that like you can do, and that your showreel kind of showcases the skills that you have to do that job. I think that's one of the most important things, is just to make sure like you're actually applying for the things that you know you can do. It's a hard market right now, and like the idea of doing like or applying for jobs is super scary. So just in the meantime, I would say just, you know, focus on what you can focus on. That's fine. Okay. So we've got a lot of cleanup to do here, but we're starting to get this thing sharpened out a bit. All of these panels are looking pretty good. And remember, guys, like I don't work in the industry. I'm not like a super big expert on all of this stuff. So take some of my advice with a bit of a grain of salt. I tend to look at it the same way I would like any other job. Because you should treat it like any other job, you know. It is still a career outside of something, so... And you're still working for a business. Oh, let's see. Damn, Roy, you got that before I even saw it. Thank you, buddy. But yeah, everybody, feel free to send more questions if you want to. I'm going to continue working, and then I'll start reading some more of these off too. We have a good couple of them, but once I run out, I'll just move over to just modeling. Okay, see, the work we did yesterday laid some great foundation for some cleanness. This is looking so much nicer. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that that still fits in there. Okay. So jacked up a lot of that shaping, so we're gonna fix that. That's horrible. That needs to be fixed. Okay. So mesh tools, insert edge loop. We're gonna drag this point out. Same thing here. I think all of that should be okay. That's got a problem there, but we can fix that. That gives me that sharp scoop that I was looking for. Perfect. Awesome. I'm all right working on my business, getting clients. Nice. I hope that's going well for you, man. It's funny enough, I'm actually getting ready to close my business and then start a new one. So it'll be an interesting time. Oh. Yeah, for those of you guys who didn't know, I used to, I mean, I still do technically, but I owned and operated a video production business. I still do this stuff from time to time, but it's just not my passion anymore. So I'm closing it. Okay. So there's a couple N-gons there. I am seeing them. Just not going to stress about them just yet. This is one of those things that's actually been bothering me. So we have this piece, and I overlapped it, and I don't like the overlap anymore. So I'm actually going to, here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep that. We're going to delete this other engine because I didn't name anything again, so it doesn't really matter. I think that's everything, yeah. Actually, you know what? That's a dumb idea. I'm going to delete this part. And then we're going to work on this. So my theory here is if I take these and delete them, I can kind of reshape this and get this to work a little bit better, is the hope. So Shift I. Oh, nope, Shift I. Okay, so let's look at this thing, because what did I just do? Probably did more damage than good, so... Let's see. Alright, let's take a look at another question here. Alright. So I gotta go, this is another pretty good one. So somebody asked, how much am I earning from all of this? And I can tell you guys nothing. little bit here and there, just from like Twitch revenue and stuff like that. But so far, I haven't put much of a focus on turning this into some like financial thing. I just recently opened up subscriptions on Instagram, but as far as like actually making money off of this, I don't currently make money off of this. I'm just doing this to build my portfolio and teach people. That's just kind of my goal right now. And maybe someday I'll make money off of it. Wait, you used to do video editing? I did video filming and editing. I do all my own editing. I hate editing, but I guess I'm okay at it. Yeah, it's actually, people get really mad at me because my webcam that I use for stream is like a $2,000 cinema camera. But that's just because that's what I had. I don't know, it does a pretty good job. I still like recording video, and I still want to be a filmmaker at some point in my life, I think. I think that would be like the mass goal, right, is to make movies. But it's that's on the back burner for me right now, currently. Okay. So I want to look at this differently. Should I... Okay, there we go. So I want this to actually kind of merge with this in a way. Let's see. That's fine. That'll work. Because that stops right there, and then I can continue that piece down there. Okay. I like that. Oh, damn, I used to do it as well. Probably not the same stuff, but I understand you move away from it. Same here. Yeah, my biggest thing was I got really tired of working for clients. Video clients are kind of a whole nother beast. And it's just, as somebody who didn't like editing and who ended up editing all of the projects, I was just like, I kind of fried out on it. It just was not my favorite thing in the world. But it is like a super lucrative business to be in. It was something that I tried to make, you know, a reality for myself, and I just didn't like it. But I think it's important to admit to yourself when you're not enjoying something, and then like put it down, because like I held on to this business for years. And because of that, I feel like I dramatically just jacked up my, like, where I was as an artist. And so now, these past 6 months, I've literally just been trying to feel like I'm catching up. And I feel like I'm doing okay. Like, I feel like I'm doing a lot better. But it's the whole idea that, like, I wasted so much time. Even though I can consider a lot of it a learning experience. And a massive waste of money. But that's not to, like, discredit people who do it. Like, do what you want, right? Like, if that's something you're interested in, go for it. Do you have any videos that go into your UV mapping and texturing workflow? That's a pretty significant gap in my skill set. So I do have, let me see. I think I got a couple. It's bad when I don't remember half of my videos. Let me see, where's my channel? So I know I have a basic UV tutorial that I did. I do need to do a new one. So that actually might be the next video I do. Any one of my beginner tutorials has some pretty good UV stuff in it. And then there is a, let's see, where is it? I know I have one. There's a UV mapping basics that kind of goes over some things. And I have a couple like short tip videos that kind of go over it too. I haven't really done an in-depth UV mapping video. I should probably do that. I feel old. Why do you feel old? What made you decide to swap to 3D? So the reason I do 3D actually started in high school. So give you guys a little bit of a history lesson on myself. I went to a middle school that was dramatically overfilled with people. I couldn't learn. I failed. I had to do summer school. I had a really, really bad time. And so when it came down to it, I basically begged my parents to like let me go to this other school. And they said conditionally that they would let me because it was so far away. I just kind of had to prove that I wasn't going to be a shitty student again. And so the reason I chose this school is because they offered like film stuff. And that's where I found out that they had an animation program. And I always grew up watching movies with CG and like, you know, wanting to make dinosaurs and shit like that. So I started that class and I started really like learning it so quickly and then like just blasting past everyone. And so within the first year, we were supposed to learn how to model in Rhino, and I was already on to 3ds Max. And then we just kind of kept going. I competed nationally and locally, and I ended up taking 3rd place in the nation at one point. And I don't know, I just fell in love with it, and I'm really happy to be back into it. The way I rationalize it, I still have those skills in our bag to be handy in the future. No, absolutely. Playing WoW, I just remembered I started playing it when I was 9. Oof. God damn. I'll check it out, thanks. Yeah, absolutely, He Who Keeps. Yeah, I'll do, I think I need to do a more in-depth UV video. It's probably about time. Because it seems to be where a lot of people struggle, and I can totally admit that I used to struggle with it. I still kind of do sometimes. And it's mainly because I hate it. I have never enjoyed UV mapping. And there are people who always comment on my stuff, and they're all, what are you talking about? This is like the best thing ever. I'm like, you're crazy. It is not relaxing. It's like a puzzle from hell. Just drag this out. I'm trying to just kind of reshape this because I was never happy with the way that was sitting. Hey, I'm back. Welcome back, Kelsey. Let's see. Most rewarding project to date. Yeah, so that'll be the next one. Kelsey remembers. Kelsey remembers high school. Our animation classes were very cool. It is. I still haven't fixed the issue I asked on Discord. I actually have no clue what's wrong trying to export to another program. That's right. You were dealing with the weird... Let's see. Go down in pitch. Oh, that's weird. That's strange. So let's see, because I know... Let's see. Remind me what issue you were having, Kedzer, because I've been helping like 5 different people, and I forgot, and I don't want to spend too much time searching through this. Was yours the weird shadow thing? Animation classes were some of the only classes I showed up to. It's because they were fun and we were there. That's why. That's like the one thing I miss about high school, man, is like our animation classes were so much fun. And I am very lucky that I had them. A lot of people don't get to experience having that kind of class, especially in high school. So, definitely lucky that we had that. Why are you all the way over there? That's weird. So we'll just try to just line that up. That's fine. Trying to make this not look junky again. Don't care too much about the bottom, but I do want to make sure that it's not jacked up entirely. So my next try is, let's see. Okay, yeah, so 3D art question was the weird baking on. Oh, that's right. You were dealing with the Pokédex thing. I was gonna say, if you want to send it to me, I can try baking it on my end and see if it's just like an issue with your setting, setting up UDIMs properly. It could be that. I know I've seen a lot of people complain about UDIMs in Blender, so not necessarily sure how they work in Blender. I know they were kind of a pain to figure out in Maya, so I can imagine that Blender still has some weird issues with that too. UDIMs are still fairly new, so at least from what I understand. Feel the same. We missed out on like prom and sports and stuff, but those classes for me, Photoshop made it worth it. I never took the Photoshop classes. I'm kind of happy I didn't because I heard the teacher was kind of a nightmare. But that and I didn't want to get a stool thrown at my head. No, that's cool. Let's see. I want this to, yeah. Okay. I'm just like slowly shaping this a little bit. Edge. Just trying to make this not look like crap. Because I would like, no, that's not going to work at all. Ew, what is going on there? Actually, I don't hate that. So hold on a second. We'll get into another question here in just a minute, guys. Boyk, how are you? Owl, hello. Did they actually throw stools at somebody? Yeah, we had a student who got really mad one time. And he picked up one of those like old school like brown stools and threw it at some girl because she was pissing him off or something like that. It was really funny to hear about. I wasn't in the class that happened, but it was pretty funny to hear about. The school actually made that kid go to anger management therapy, which was kind of funny. All right, Shift I. So let's clean that up a little bit because I'm sure it looks like garbage. Yes, it does. Okay. I did have a teacher throw a stapler at me once, though. She was crazy, too. But she was an awesome kind of crazy. I loved that English teacher. But yeah, that's a little bit of history of my high school. Try exporting it, but thanks for the offer. If it doesn't fix, I'll let you know. Yeah, just hit me up. I was helping somebody else out with a baking issue, and I was able to kind of resolve it on my end. So just hit me up and let me know. What's this? What are you? Why are you? Wow, that's like perfectly... It's either perfectly merged or wrong. And it's just perfectly merged. Wow, look at that. I think that's the one I need to delete, though, so... Why? Delete edge vertex, okay. Yeah, I don't really care what the interior of this looks like, but I do want it to not look terrible. Okay. Let's look at another question. I guess it's a universal thing. Oh, okay. That's weird. Had a sub get fired for trying to make a French exchange student say a slur. That's terrible. That's awful. Okay, so what are some other good sources to learn about modeling? That's a good one. So I can tell you I learned a good chunk of the stuff that I know from On Mars 3D. He is another artist on YouTube that I believe... I don't know where he worked, but he's a good choice for people who are trying to learn either Blender or Maya. He has some very good tutorials on both softwares, and he's just overall a really good teacher. I learned a lot from him. And then another good one, if you're specifically trying to learn like hard surface modeling, is going to be JL Musi or Musi. I think it's Musi. He is super solid at what he does as well. Why does that look so bad? Good lord. And none of these need to exist. Oh. Oh, I see why they exist. Okay, I'm gonna delete those. Here's an example of bad topology. If you wanted to see what that looks like. Let's see. But yeah, JL Musi, he's a really good teacher. Same with On Mars. Only thing about JL that kind of bugs me sometimes is he can be a little cringy, but otherwise he's an awesome teacher. Bro, how do you unwrap all of these? I just spend hours hating my life and doing it. A lot of this too is like you're looking at a piece that was not built properly at all. But no, the reality is like I don't know, I've gotten used to looking at an object and deciding how I'm going to unwrap it. Really, the biggest thing about unwrapping is just planning your seams. As long as you do a good job at that, you're good. Let's see. Tools, delete edge vertex. I'm just doing some like reconstruction here because none of this makes any sense. Okay. So that should be a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. I don't think we have that issue over here. Yeah, so that topology over here is clean. And now we're clean over here, so that's better. Let's do Shift-I. Let's turn off isolation so we can look at this thing a little bit. Okay. So now we have a better view here. Just because I don't necessarily... Alright, mesh tools, insert edge loop. To escape. Just trying to kind of match that up as much as possible. That's a much better looking joint than I had before, so I'm pretty happy about that. Okay. Let's see. How long do you usually spend time on most models? So, I can tell you actually. Where is... Why do I keep closing it? Oh, here it is. No, it's Instagram. Oh, Instagram works too. Alright, so BD1, spent about 30 hours on him. Vader, this project took me, I think, how long did this one take me? It's been so long, I don't remember. I think this one took like 10 or 12 hours. The fan tutorial took way longer just because it was actually filming a tutorial. And then these other projects, I did them in about 9 hours. So you can kind of tell, you know, the difference between like a 30-hour model and a 9-hour model. These were mainly for practice. Whereas like this was like my first major portfolio piece, even though the ship was supposed to be that. It's funny how stuff changes. But yeah, so I'll usually spend a good chunk of time on these things. Okay. But it's because I want them to be like a reflection of like, you know, my creativity and my art and my style and everything. So I want to make sure they look decent. BD1 is definitely one of my more like proud models that I've done. Okay. Let's go Shift-I. Okay. So I just jacked something up. Honestly, why is this even here? This doesn't need to be here. It's a useless piece. I'm getting rid of it. Why? I don't know why I did half of the stuff I did on this model. Okay. I'm gonna bridge this across real quick here. Do you split up parts of your model and just attach them, or do you usually try to make them from one cube or one object? So, that's actually a really good question. I like that. So, this one, I originally... Okay. I originally tried to make this one piece, and I realized really quickly that that was a terrible idea. The reason being, I was watching an artist from Industrial Light and Magic do a flamethrower. He was modeling a flamethrower off of 3D scan data. He did not care how many pieces that thing was. So when it comes to the stuff that I do and like VFX, like film VFX, it doesn't really matter. So I try to keep things as reduced as possible, but for an object like this, I mean, you're talking about so much stuff to work into one object, it would be impossible. So I tend to just split things up. I mean, this thing is multiple pieces. Don't be afraid to keep your model in multiple pieces. Okay. I would really like to clean this up because it looks awful. But the problem is that kind of matches up with that little area, so I think I'm just going to leave that for now. Okay, so issue here. I think I can just... Oh. Okay. Yeah, I gave up on trying to make my models one singular piece a while ago. It's not worth the stress. Okay. So, mesh tools, insert edge loop, drag white there. And then the question is, do I want to... I really don't want to do that, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to drag this guy here. Just kind of re-solidify this. And then I'm going to actually kind of work with this. Where does this lead? Nowhere. Why do you lead nowhere? Oh, that's why. Oh my god. Okay, well, in theory, it should be this loop. So we're going to bridge that, and we'll fix that in a minute here. Boy, what a mess. Okay. Yes, so who has good Maya tutorials? So, JL Musi and On Mars 3D. Those guys are both people that I've learned quite a bit from. Okay. So I don't think this will do damage. It does something. What does it do? Oh, that's fine. That's good. That's okay. Bridge that, and then this edge loop goes kind of nowhere. No, it's a corner. I need that corner. Or do I? It'll just... Yeah, actually I do. Wow, that looks terrible. Okay. CS Media, oh, there comes a point when you still just kill it and rebuild it at the top. Is that wonky? Yeah, I know. I really don't want to. I can fix it. It's just more or less, do I want to actually spend the time fixing it? And like, I'm going to. It's just, I made this part 6 months ago, and I'm questioning what I was doing 6 months ago. This needs to come down, so we'll do a surface slide. But you know, we all learn. We all make mistakes. And this ship was definitely a bit of a mistake from the beginning. Ooh, okay. Why are you like that? Why is there a triangle there? Oh, there's... Okay. It's just because I didn't pull it down enough. Okay. Alright, so that should seal that back up. That creates that nice loop. And then just gotta fix this over here. Nope. Wait, yep. Okay. How are you doing, CS Media? It's good to see you. Let's see. Elemenza also is pretty great for hard surface. Only Maya as well. Elemenza. I haven't heard of that one yet. And then there's my YouTube. I mean, you could use mine too. But there are definitely much better, like, teachers than me, so would not be hurt. Yeah, I like what that did. That just caused me more problems. Okay. I know what I did wrong. I can see it now. So what we'll do... Oh, don't let this be one of those cases where I should just remake it. I really don't want it to be. Mesh, tools, edit mesh, insert edge loop. So if I do this, it's gonna want that. We don't want that. I'm doing all right. It was 109 in my backyard this afternoon. Fun stuff. Not supposed to be that high here in Northern California. Oof. Yeah, that's rough. From a distance, it looks good, though. Yeah, from a distance, it looks fine. Kind of. But I tend to get really super, like, stressy about the way they look up front, so... Or close up. Especially with a project like this, I want it to look good. And, yeah. Let me think about this. Because, like, I can totally add an edge loop, but that's... creating more of a problem than it's solving? Or is it? Let me think about this. Turn that off. Anyway, let's do another question. Do you believe it's okay to have a try, or should it only be quads? You can totally have tries. I don't think you should use them constantly, but yes, you can have tries. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. I use them occasionally as well. That's not gonna work. I was hoping that was gonna work. The question is why is this converge? Oh, wait a minute. So what if I take you? Reality is it shouldn't be converging to a point like that. It should be open. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's think about this. No, because that's not gonna work either. Oh my god. Let's see. I wonder if I'm just overthinking this. I think I am.
Do I look like a real boy, Papa?
What's up, Sharky? How are you? Yeah, Five Nights at Fear is disabled. Okay, questions. Where'd it go? Where'd we go? What has been your most rewarding project to date? So my most rewarding... Oh, let me delete that. My most rewarding project to date has 100% been BD1. I think BD1 was the first one that I like finished and sat there and actually like stared at for a good like hour. And was just kind of like, holy shit, that I made that. That was definitely my most rewarding project. And I know that like that bar is going to change. I'm hoping it changes with this ship, but right now I'm questioning that. But yeah, that was for sure my most rewarding project to date. I think I know what my niche is, and I think I want to stick with it, which is that hard surface modeling, but I do want to branch out a little bit and start experimenting with some new stuff. The project I'm working on for my buddy is going to be super duper challenging, but I think it's going to be well worth it when it's completed. Alright, mesh tools, mesh, delete edge vertex. Sir, please add subtitles to your video. So I want to. I'm trying to find ways to do it. Instagram, I don't have a way to do it live, unfortunately. On Twitch, you can get subtitles, although I don't think they work very well. So I'm trying to find a better way to do that. Tuned by... Let's see. Hey, Danger May, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, no, I think it's cool to look back at my old projects and be like, yeah, you know, that one was super rewarding for whatever reason, but BD1 is definitely my current one that I'm like, that was the coolest one that I've made so far, I think. All right, where do you wrap around? That's kind of funky. I kind of don't like that, actually. We're going to just delete that. Delete edge vertex, mesh tools, insert edge loop. Just drag that guy there. This is going to be so much nicer. Okay, yeah. This is flowing a lot better now. How are you doing, Danger? I'm doing great. How is you? I'm doing wonderful. Doing a little bit of Q&A, so if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. I've got some preloaded ones from Instagram, too. But, yeah, no. I've been doing really good. How has, are you still, you're still streaming, right? How's that been going if you are? Delete that one. Mesh tools, delete edge vertex. I've been super busy, got another part-time job, and only been there about 2.5 weeks and already getting a raise and a promotion. Hey, that's awesome. Congrats. Is it the little trash thing from, what do you call it? Why am I drawing a blank on the game? Why can't I think of the game? Lethal Company? That's a fantastic little emote. Okay. Alright, cool. So, if you guys are wondering, yes, I'm just going through and cleaning up topology here. It's not the funnest thing in the world, but it has to get done. That's cool, though. Congrats on the promotion. That's awesome. Okay, that's a lot more like I had originally, wow, a little seizure there, envisioned it. I don't care that that goes into the body there. That's not the biggest deal to me in the world. I do need this to line up with this, though. Okay, let's see. Alright, so Shift I. Continue shaping this a little bit. Trying to stream when I can. Been playing lots of 7 Days to Die. They finally released 1.0. It's so much fun. Hey, that's awesome. I'm glad you're still enjoying that. Yeah, no, I want to play, like, I don't know. I do want to play games, like I do, but, like, I have a hard time doing it now. I've kind of delved full-time into this as much as possible, and that's not a bad thing. Like, I love this. I love doing what I do. I just, I think I do need, like, some gaming time, which I will be gaming on Friday, everyone. I'll be playing some Helldivers with Roy and Chaos Boy. Text of the Chaotic Seekers. Because it's been a minute. But I will not be streaming tomorrow night, so keep that in mind if you guys keep up with me on Twitch. See, I have a terrible imagination. Imagine, if you will, watermelon jerky. Oh, God. I don't... Ugh. That goes along the lines of the whole watermelon sushi thing. You guys ever seen that? Where people are like, oh, yeah, you can make sushi out of watermelon, so it's vegan and better for the planet? No. I don't think so. Watermelon, when you cook it, gets a weird texture. And I'm not down for it. I can't imagine trying to jerky it. Hello, where are you going? Okay. Let's see how that's looking. Much cleaner. Okay. So I do want to retain that. So we're going to do edge loop here, edge loop here. Much nicer, much sharper. Getting a little bit of like denting in here. Getting a lot of it because of the way that's shaped. But I can just flatten that out because it doesn't matter. That's not everything I wanted to select, but that's okay. Or the watermelon steak. I haven't seen that one yet. That sounds gross too. Watermelon just shouldn't be cooked, guys. Like, we should not be cooking watermelon. It is a refreshing, delicious fruit that does not need to be cooked. You also shouldn't be grilling your salads. Don't grill your salads because that's just... Grilled lettuce is a disgusting concept. They're trying to make it fancy, but I'm not buying it. Okay, that's totally getting flattened. Yep. Okay. And now I can just shape it a little bit. Oh, hi. What are you? Why are you there? You're not going to exist pretty soon here. I wondered why that wasn't going through there. Okay. What model are you doing now? So, this one, Vasan. Hold on a second. Smooth that out for a second. That looks terrible. This is my ship. So, working on this one. I'm trying to finish this one finally, so. This is one of those projects I've waited way too long on. I like cooked lettuce? No, Owl. Do you really? I had it once and it was gross. Just was not it. Okay. Hello, what the hell happened there? That's weird. Why did you do that? That's so very strange. Delete. I can see that there might not be a... Okay. That's bizarre. Let's see. Oh. Interesting. Mesh tools. So, huh. What did that do back here? It jacked up back here too, didn't it? Wait a minute. No, it didn't. Hold on. Where do you go? Oh, I see. I see what happened. Okay. How strange. Alright. Sometimes troubleshooting this crap gets really old. Oh yeah, there's a whole... Oh, I see. Okay. Just merge those. Merge this. And then we are missing... So we're missing a chunk over here? Right? Nope. So that's going somewhere it's not supposed to. Yep, that's what it's doing right there. Because that ends right there, so that should be... Wow, I don't remember creating that. Alright. Mesh tools. Mesh. Delete edge vertex. Let's see. Hello, good morning, Cloar. How are you? So I take that over here. If I do a multi-cut, go boom and boom. Is that creating a triangle? Probably. But it's okay. And drag this all the way through here. And I'm hoping... yeah, that might work. I think that's actually what happened here. So if I go surface slide, yeah, that's kind of what happened. Okay, I see what happened here. So we'll take this guy, move it here.
Do I look like a real boy, Papa?
Yes, Sharky. Sometimes so they kind of do. Maya does sometimes, especially with like non-manifold stuff. But yeah, I agree. It would be nice if they had like more robust ones. Because yeah, sometimes a visual representation of, hey, this might not work would be really kind of neat. I don't think even Blender has something like that. So like somebody needs to figure that out. Alright, that's still a quad, so. Oh, no, it's not. Ooh. Okay. Fine. Oh, you know what? It'll be fixed, though, when I do that other part, so. But I don't know. I hate focusing on it, like topology and stuff, but it makes such a huge difference when you're texturing. And just in general, like your model is going to look so much better if you actually spend the time to focus on this. Like, is it the most glamorous thing in the world? Nope. But it's worth it. Alright, so we'll drag that there. Just kind of replacing a lot of this. So that's all jacked up, and I can tell exactly why. Okay. So the reality is, this guy connects to nothing right now. We could make a quad if we had a cut through here. So I'm going to go Mesh Tools, Multi-Cut. I'm going to cut here. Cut right there. Leave that there. We get a quad here and a quad here. That solves that issue. Doesn't look phenomenal, but we can clean it up a little bit. Okay. All right, so we have this cut that goes through here, and I want it to go over here. Let's see. What are you up to tonight, Sharky? Okay. So that's one of the things that bugs me the most about working on topology is like while you're trying to fix it, it will gradually get worse until it stops getting worse. So if I select this loop now, that kind of functions, but also kind of does not function because it's looping back. It shouldn't be looping back. It actually should be just looping across. Okay. So we're going to look at the way this is structured, and it's structured badly. I'm going to delete those. Let's see. So what I want... There's a broken piece right here. I can just tell. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, there's definitely a broken piece there. Merge. Okay. Merge. Merge. Okay. Fix that. That was probably causing a big chunk of my errors. Alright, so that's what I want. I want this loop going across and connecting right there. Okay, so take this, go right across. That's a quad. Mesh tools. We're going to do a manual cut. Oh, let's see. Kularwatt. I created a 3D environment on 3D Element, but I turn on shadow ray tracing and suddenly my laptop crashed. Yeah, if your laptop isn't good enough to handle stuff like that, it might happen. I'm also not super familiar with like the usability of, what did you say? It's called 3D Element. I've never used that before, so I'm really not sure about that one. But, do you have a way of like testing to see whether that's actually causing the issue? No. Oh, that's not actually connected yet. Alright, so we're gonna go face. We'll select all this. Okay, so that's looping through the way that I want it to. It's just a little off center. So I'm gonna just move this guy. Shape this up a bit. Okay. I'm hoping this is all I have to do. Because I'm for sure tired of this. Alright, so mesh tools. Insert edge loop. So we're going to add this. And we'll do another question here in just a minute. Alright, so we'll go boom, boom. If you guys didn't send in questions on Instagram, don't worry. You can send them in chat. I really don't mind. Totally up to you, though. Okay, what do we got? What else we got? Oh, yeah. Somebody asked if I would show how to do a chariot wheel. Let's see here. That one I might actually do as like a separate one, because that's going to be a whole process. I don't know, unless you're the person who requested the chariot wheel, let me know you're in the chat and I will, I'll do it live. It's a pretty vaguely specific thing. Okay. So we'll take these, just flatten them out real quick. Okay, mesh tools, insert edge loop. Pull that guy there. Alright, so that should be all fixed up and looking much better. It's much cleaner. Getting better shaping there. Over here does not look good, so I'm gonna fix that next. Do you render in Maya or do you use something specifically? Yeah, I do use Arnold in Maya. It's just, I don't know, it just works really well, so I just use it. What happened here? Delete insert text. Why are we doing this? What game is this? What are we playing here, Maya? Where does that go? I don't... Oh, okay. I see what happened here. So if I smooth that... Insert edge loop. I'm gonna do this first. We'll support this. Yeah, I wanna experiment with other renderers. Pixar's RenderMan is on my list. But I mainly use Arnold just because A, it comes with Maya, and B, it's pretty solid. Okay, so I want to figure out what you're doing here. So if I go into one, I see. So that's just like an extra edge loop that for some reason got weirdly messed up. I'm going to target weld it across. Or not, because it doesn't let you do it in that mode. Oh, that sucks. Can I merge those? Aha, perfect. Okay. Dude, what is this? Okay. Okay. I'm seeing what's going on here. This is why Smooth Preview is so great, because you can sometimes find a lot of issues with your geo and just kind of go through them. I'm curious if anyone else in chat has any experience with other renderers. What do you use? I know a lot of people who follow me use Marmoset. That's another one I'd like to play with at some point. I played with Octane back in the day. I used to use Octane a little bit. I don't even know if Octane's still really a thing. That was like one of the first commercially available GPU renderers though, and it was sick. There we go. See? That fixes it. Okay. Now, I can insert an edge loop all the way through. And that gives you that nice, sharp cut. Okay. Let's make sure there's no more n-gons. There is a little bit of stretching up here that I don't like. And as far as that goes, I am almost willing to call that part done. Okay, we got like a weird... that's fine. I'm not going to hyper-focus on that. Okay. Oh, there is an issue there. Shift I, let's look at this. What's going on here? Oh, it's just unsupported? Yep, that's all it was. That's much better. And then this one just needs a little bit of TLC there. Okay. Much better. Okay. Pretty happy with that. That I'm not thrilled about though. That just needs to come up though. Where's my side view? So I'm just gonna grab these verts and move them up. Deselect those. Move them up. Up slash back. Okay. That should be good because this portion opens, so not super stressed about that. Okay, sweet. Well, save scene. That only took an hour and a half. But yeah, if you guys use other renderers, let me know what I should check out, because I am always looking for new things to learn software-wise. Okay, so back to focusing on this part. Shift I. Let's look at this. So if I add an edge loop going across, that's going to shoot through there. Which probably means it's going to create all sorts of mayhem that I don't want it to. Ooh, it does down in here. That's kind of funky. It's okay, I'll worry about that last. If I can get all of these sharp corners done tonight, I will be ready to go. That bump is unacceptable. I don't even know why it's there. Why did that even happen? Delete edge vertex. Okay. That's better. Alright, we'll add an edge loop here. This should go straight across. It stops right there, but it's because we got this stupid end gun here that I just gotta clean up real quick. Alright. Let's do that real quick. While we're on the subject of cleaning up things. Just throw that there. This guy, go right to there. That should actually fix that, I think. That's funky. Yeah, I don't know why that's there, but it's gonna get deleted. Vertex 1. Vert. Just merge that. 3. That's better. Okay. So cool. That's... Oh, it's finally getting there. Thank God. Ouch. Okay. Cool. I have spent so much time on this model. And I'm definitely ready for it to be done. And I can officially say we're getting close. Okay. So we have an end gun right here that needs to be figured out. That's an edge loop that went all the way through, so just need to figure out how to get this added in here. So we'll cut it in. Oh, you know, that's going to be difficult because there's nothing for that to attach to. Let's see. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. I can cut across here. That'll do that part at least. And if I multi-cut this way, that's going to create a 5-point. But we can work that into the final of this. Okay. So we'll just add that. Q escape, see how that's looking. That's better. Okay. Honestly, because this I know doesn't go anywhere really. I would like this to travel through. So mesh tools. If I add an edge loop here, that's definitely not gonna work. So I'm probably gonna have to do like a manual one. Buddy. Let's see, we'll go there. Let's do that. That triangle's on a flat surface, so I'm not hyper concerned with it. Tiggy! Buddy! Okay. Just trying to get this flattened out and cut out. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. So we'll do one of these. Should be good there. Getting better, getting better results there. He's so stupid sometimes. Okay. So these need to be kind of flattened out now. So insert edge loop. Do the same thing. We'll just cut right there. That gives us a bit of a sharper corner. So I'm cool with that. I'm just going to leave that triangle because I really don't feel like working that into the model right now. And it's not causing any major issues, so I'm not super stressed about it. We do have an n-gon right there. That looks like that's one that just didn't go through all the way. But we can pull that all the way through the model, so we'll go to insert an edge loop. And that should technically stop right... Yeah, it'll stop right there. Okay. So we'll take that guy, we'll escape there, and we're going to just cut it. Alright, that links that back up. I'm starting to find all of the issues I've got here. There's one more here. Again, that might just be one that didn't carry through. Look at that one in a minute here. Just trying to make sure that I'm getting the results that I want. And then also, let's do this. We're going to look at the... Yeah, so we want... That needs to be much sharper. So I need to support this center point here. So mesh tools, insert edge loop. So we're going to go boom and boom. And then I need to see where those travel through to. It looks like they stop over here somewhere for some reason. So that's cool. I can drag those in manually. Okay, that gives me that shape that I'm looking for. Perfect. Alright, so Shift I. Let's find out where those are ending. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. I think that inadvertently fixed that triangle. It did. So that's cool. Alright. It creates a weird loop, but at this point in the modeling process, I'm fine with them. Alright. We're looking a lot better. This down here is still pretty rough. Might try to just like smooth that out. So this is one of the things I'll like to do sometimes. I'll just go into these sculpting tools because the only useful tool here is this smooth tool. I just need my tool settings. And we'll change that to like 0.5, I think. Let's go a little bit higher. We'll just like smooth this out a bit. This kind of fixes up when you get this like bunched up stuff down here. We've got a problem right there. Let's look at that. Why are you doing that? Oh, it just turned into a triangle for no reason. Okay. Vertex. Merge that. 3. G. Same to you. Okay, we fix these issues now. We don't have to deal with them later. Cheeky is smart. Oh my god. Sharky, you're not answering me. How you doing? Okay, so that's a weird thing that happened. Okay. Yep, that's awful. Okay, so this is another issue that we have that we need to fix. So I don't like it when my mesh does this, and this is because I just extruded this and called it good. So I'm gonna go to mesh tools. We're going to delete the edge vertex on that, and we're going to rebuild this front structure here. Because ideally, what we should have is some even quads, and we don't have even quads right now. So mesh tools, multi-cut. This is something I will generally do with like extruded pieces like this. It just helps with the edge flow a lot more. Okay. Do the same thing there. And then this guy, I'm going to delete that for right now. Same thing with this guy. Tool, delete. Okay, cool. So let's start pulling some of this together. Who loves topology? Not me. Because it does stupid things like that. Okay. So we're gonna bridge that guy. Bridge across there. And so you can see the only thing we really did was we got rid of that like weird corner pinch that we were getting, and we just created a nice quad layout. So that's kind of the goal there. But now what I could do, mesh tools, insert edge loop, is I can just drag this guy here. That actually should go all the way through. No, it gets stuck in there. Okay, so we got some cleanup to do there. But we're getting there. Multi-cut. I'm actually, the only reason I'm excited to UV this thing is because that means I will be done modeling this thing. And I feel that on a personal level. Insert. Where did that go? I just want to make sure I'm not dragging anything unnecessarily. Okay. Mesh tools, multi-cut. Link that guy, enter. Okay, so that looks much nicer. We can actually re-add those edge loops in. So mesh tools, insert edge loop. Just a quick little fix for that one. And that gives us that nice shaping. Cool. Alright, so there's this thing now. We have a lot of ugliness going on here. So, this is where I get to decide how I want to do this. Because this is just kind of where I was throwing all my old terminations that I didn't like. Good God, why? Yeah, look at this. This is awful. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh no, I just smoothed that and it looks terrible. Sometimes that smooth works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Because if I do this, right, if I link that across, it does create that loop that I'm looking for. Which is nice. But it also leaves me issues. Because I can do this. And just attach that there. And then, I don't know, what's this? What do you do? Where do you go? That is... yeah, that's remotely important. It's never something that's not important. Like, I'd like to just delete things that don't matter. What about you? See if I can find an edge loop that I don't necessarily need now. I'm stretched pretty thin down here. Okay, so... let's think about this then. don't necessarily need that one. What happens if I delete it? I can live with that. I can for sure live with that, so let's call that good. Okay. And then I'm just gonna take that guy and weld it down here. So that still creates quads. And we just need to decide what we want to do there. My thought is... because what do? You go straight to this corner piece, so you matter. That's unfortunate. Sharky, I'm alive, trying to find a switch that is reasonably priced that I don't have one and I want one. Also trying to figure out how to make a container. You want like a networking switch? They sell some really inexpensive Cisco ones on eBay. That's what I use. I have an old Cisco Enterprise switch that runs my house. Oh, Nintendo Switch. Oh. See, that's not as fun. Just kidding. Those are, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any like resellers in Utah that do that? I want, oh. Can I get away with that? Where does that go? So that just goes to that edge. And then there's this guy, which goes all the way around. Which I could technically... I don't want to merge that, though. Okay. I hate this whole section. I'm really not a fan of this. Because right now, it looks fine. And I can fill that area. Like, I'm not worried about that. Also thinking what I might do. Let me just do this. Just delete that. Oh, see, that's a whole... oh, wait a minute. This is kind of the problem when you get into these really complicated ones. This is one of those projects I really wish I would have, like, waited on. But it's okay. This will probably end up being one that just does not turn out the way that I want it to. Yeah, there's no way to evenly close that up right now. So I'm going to leave that wide open for right now. Okay. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything on Instagram. Don't forget, guys, this is a Q&A, so if you guys do have questions, do not be afraid to ask them. I will answer them to the best of my ability. I wish I could answer some of the other ones I got, because like some people ask for like Bifrost and stuff like that, but I am just not super competent in Bifrost, so I'm just not the best person to ask for that. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so here's another example that needs to be fixed here. So, when you're extruding stuff, I tend to want to avoid this. And I do that because it does create weird issues down the road. So what I'll do is I'll just start bridging things off. That way I can at least drag some edge loops through this. Tools, insert edge loop. Because I can do one right there. I could do one right there, and that's going to give me the ability to kind of lock this off if I need to. Let's do this. Okay, we'll link that up, and then we'll do the same thing. Actually, we don't need to. Oh. Huh, okay. Let's go insert right there. Same thing. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna merge those. Call that good. Beautiful. And then we'll do the same thing over here. I found this was like the best way to really make sure you had the ability to kind of cordon things off if you need to. That works pretty well. Okay. And then from here, we'll start tagging things off. So we'll do that. And then that is actually an issue. So that's a problem I didn't foresee. I can totally just drag a piece. Let's see. Where do you go? Yeah, that's fine. We'll just allow that to flow through. Or, well, you know what? Or I could just hide it. I also wouldn't be opposed to that. I think I'm going to do that just to save myself on some edge flow, some topology. Alright, so we'll take these little corners here. We're going to just latch them here. And then this one's an extra. That needs to go. And actually, we don't need to latch that other one. We just need to delete this one. It's just an extra, so... delete edge vertex, and then we can start bridging again. And that one is getting linked together. Bridge that guy. Take that guy, bridge that. And then same thing here. And so what this does is this gives us kind of this like isolated island that we can now use. So we can go mesh tools, insert edge loop. So we can still do this and kind of cordon that off. But not super thrilled with the way that looks when it's smooth, so might have to do some fixing on that. Actually, I wonder if it's because of that. Delete edge vertex. Yeah, it's better. I just had too much going on there. Okay. Sweet. So there's a little bit of a problem up here I'm seeing. Why is it? Why? How odd. Why is that an issue? Oh, you know why? That's why. So mesh tools. So if we add this guy. It is not the 4th of July yet. My neighbors are already treating it that way. Okay, so that leaps through. Okay. Cool. So that fixes that. So we go Shift I. Everything's kind of still flowing properly. Everything's linking up right. All right. Cool. We're getting there. I swear to God, the body of this thing is taking so long. Okay. Just looking for any visual issues that I need to fix before I call this, like, solid. I do need to flatten that out. In fact, we can do that real quick. So this entire piece, probably, yeah. This is always troublesome because we've got these panel gaps that we got to deal with here. So it's going to be a matter of like getting those in there and not jacking them up entirely. Okay. So many edges. Yep, there's a lot of them here. Let's see. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I turned on caps lock. My bad. So this needs to be flattened out, and then we will get it kind of scaled back in place. Okay. Deselect those guys. Call that good. And then I just need these guys up here, so we'll just manually select these. I suppose that would be one of the good things about working in low poly is that you don't have as many things to worry about adjusting, but here we are. I won a prize for my studies in 3D. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Was it for a specific project or what was it? That's super cool. Okay, yeah, I know that looks bad. Don't worry about it. Okay. That's better. So for this guy, we're just going to rotate it in a bit. That needs to be changed though, because okay. For best grade and portfolio. That's awesome. Congratulations. How long have you been in school, Jeremy? Okay. I'm pretty okay with that. Alright, so that fixes that bumpy, lumpy mess that we had, so that's good. I want to make those thinner. Might end up remaking that piece, but for right now, it's okay. I also feel like I didn't support this very well. Mesh tools, insert edge loops. We'll just go boom. And just throw one back there for the hell of it. Yeah, that's better actually. So what I can do now is just grab those. Make sure I didn't select anything else. Oops. Let's pull that back a little bit. And then this guy right here can pull. Just trying to shore this up a little bit. Let's see. Bart College. Nice. That's awesome. Maya hard surface. Yes, it does. Sometimes it makes me want to go burr. Today it's driving me nuts. Let's see. Yeah. Today it's not cooperating. Okay. That's better. I still need to make those fins thinner, but would you say 3ds Max is better for hard surface? Can't really speak to it because I haven't used it for hard surface. I used 3ds Max a little bit back in the day, but I haven't used it ever since. See, that just does not look the same. And that actually kind of bugs me. But I'm so tired of working on that area. I don't know. I'll probably do that off stream. Not super worried about it. Satchet, Blender tutorial, please. I'm not the person to learn Blender from, unfortunately. I don't know Blender, and I don't claim to know Blender. If I did, I would probably do tutorials on it, but I just don't know it. Okay. I think we're getting really close. I know we are. I feel like there's still some things that need to be fixed. Like this Engon, for instance. Why it's there, I don't know. Probably because it's supposed to be there. Alright, hold on a second. Let's do a multi-cut. My next project is going to be something easy. Easy, but impactful. We'll put it that way. I think I deserve an easy project at this point after BD1. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, that's much better. No, vertex. I haven't saved in a minute. Save scene. I would like to work for Rodeo FX one day. That's good. That's awesome. Rodeo does some really Rodeo does some really cool work. Find my water. My dream studio would definitely be ILM. Well, that's a lot of people's dream studio too, so maybe someday. We have a lot of edges that are not terminating over here. Okay. Let's see. This bottom piece here, this needs to be kind of aligned. Just to kind of smooth that out a bit. We're not even worried about that spot right now. Good to see someone do Maya content. Blender toots are oversaturated. This helps a lot for my university assignments. That's awesome. I'm glad they help. I totally agree. There's not enough Maya content out there, but I understand too why, like, you know, Maya is a little bit more unobtainable for most people. So I do get why it's less available tutorial-wise. I need my concept art over here. See, this is such a deep gap, and there's like, mine's too thick. I feel like I've overdone this area. I don't really want to redo it. But my issue is now, looking at this, there's so much wrong with it. Because, like, all of this is fine. This could just go up a little bit, but everything down below it is just not great. Which is unfortunate because there's a lot of stuff in here to remove that I really don't necessarily want to remove. But it might be necessary if I'm trying to make this look right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna save this scene. Now I'm gonna save it as ship redone _ events. That is saving to the wrong freaking folder. I didn't set up my project, that's why. Let's see. Personal art folder, projects, 77 ship, scenes, save. Okay. We're gonna try some stuff. Thanks for your live. I finished a project and needed to work on it right now. I'm glad my live can help you do that. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so we're gonna delete this. I really don't want to do this, but I'm starting to feel like there may not be another way. I'm gonna keep that. But this needs to be thinned out. And I don't see a way around it. That and this is atrocious right here. Oy. There's a whole lot going on there that's just not right. I'm going to select this whole chunk. And then I'm just going to deselect things I want to keep. I feel like that's probably the better way to do this. All right. This will hopefully be worth it. Dang, I need more tips for Maya. I drop them as often as I can. But sometimes it's kind of hard to think of them. I usually end up like thinking of them when I'm actually like mid-project, so I'll be like, oh, that would be a good one to teach people. So that's usually when I come up with them. All right, so this actually needs to be like a hell of a lot bigger. I'm almost wondering if I did like set it out a little bit. I don't think that would necessarily look wrong. I don't know what I want to do with that. Alright, so I'm trying to think. Because I don't want all of that. Which is good because it doesn't select. Oh no, it selected all of it. I mean, the good news is this is one loop, so. One really gnarly loop. Okay. So we'll pull this guy down. We're going to create this kind of scoop that we're dealing with. But I just want this to go all the way down. There we go. Yeah, that's much more like the concept art. As much as I didn't want to do that. And technically this all should link together and fit together, so it's not like I'm totally screwing myself. Because that should bridge across. Same there. That's where I'll run into issues. Just want to make sure. Yeah, so that's doing what it's supposed to. Okay. So that wasn't the worst change in the world to make. It was actually probably a better idea. So we'll just keep working with it. This is where it's going to get kind of rough, though. I think what I want to do... How does that look when I smooth it? That's probably fine. And then I think I'm going to end this guy up here. Because there's no reason to really have this continuing. Other than, you know, like having it flow through the entire model, but I don't think I want that to happen. So I think what I'll do... Look at the way this is structured. Okay, so we'll cap this off up here. So we'll link that. We'll link that. Boom. Boom. That sucks. Let's just do this. All right. Let's not do that. So the bigger issue here then is why is there not a support line on that side? Let's find out. Maybe if I can add one, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Come on, Matt. Be more supporting. What? Supporting a what? There we go. Oh, no, I see what you're doing. I'm tired. Which sucks, because I don't want to be tired because, like, you know, I got tonight off. Okay. So, I'm going to do the same thing here. And deselect all this junk. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Okay. Gotta be a capitalist. That's, well, no, that's true. No, I will be. I will be. I got some gaming planned after this. But, might have to go make, like, a drink or something. Let's see. And I used up all my rogue that I got from Roy. Teach UV unwrap. So yeah, I was having that conversation earlier. I will be doing a more advanced UV unwrap tutorial. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube because that is where that's going to be. I'm just not going to teach UV unwrap on this guy right now because this is nowhere near done. Nor is it ready. Okay. Alright. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to cap this off. Good God, why? It's because I'm working in a really shitty angle. Okay. We're going to cap this off here. Because I don't want it going anywhere else. You should buy more. I know, probably. You could do reels on UV. No, I have some reels on UV. There are some existing. And by the way, like if you guys didn't know, I do have a Discord. The Discord actually has a section where you can go through and look at all of my former quick tips if you're having a hard time finding them on my YouTube or my Instagram. There are a good couple of reels on UV unwrapping. So there are those options for you guys, but I do need to do like more of an in-depth video for YouTube because it's hard to fit a lot of information sometimes into those 1 minute and 30-second reels. So sometimes it just doesn't work out. Okay, so the hope here is I can just target weld all this junk together. Okay. Why do we have so much? Oh, because I created edge loops. Okay, hold on. I gotta clean that up. Edit mesh, delete edge vertex. Those were a dumb idea. Okay, that's better. I can fix that now. Bro, please check DM. I really help you? Officially, hello. What, on Instagram? Let's see. I'll message you after stream, but hello. Yeah, so if you guys are ever interested in that stuff, you can join my Discord. There is a lot of information there, so I would recommend on doing that. Especially if you want to suggest a video or something, that's another good way to do it as well. Because I have a lot of people come in during the lives, and like I honestly tend to forget a lot of the times what people say, so it helps to have the Discord to remind me. Okay. All right. We're getting to a point where it's getting better. Okay. So if I smooth that out, that's a much better shape. Much happier with that. It's more of a scoop now. Got to adjust a little bit of that, but that's fine. Okay. So, not something I wanted to do, but it did make a pretty significant change, so I'll be happy with it. Insert edge loop. Topology in here's a little jacked up, but I can clean that up real quick. Focus. Can we rotate a little bit here? Okay, that's fine. This needs to be pulled in. Oh boy. All right. Okay. Better. Much better. Let's see. Blender, which one? Blender or Maya? Which one's best? It really depends on who you ask. I'm gonna say Maya just because I've been using Maya for as long as I have been. And I think Blender has its own host of issues that it still needs to deal with before it can be considered, you know, a totally, like, fully plugged out suite for animation and design. Blender's good. There's a lot you can do with it, but I think it also depends on your goals. Like, what are your goals? Do you want to be an industry person? Do you want to be a freelancer? You have to work that into your kind of idea of what you want to be as an artist and then pick a tool from there. But I'm always going to say Maya in my position just because I like Maya more. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. So if I drag one here, of course. Oh, that sucks. Definitely did more damage than good. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a multi-cut. I'm really tired of working on this area. And I swear to God, this is gonna be the last of it. Enter. What? Why? Oh. Oopsie. Nope. Maya's best because that's the industry level software. doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. It is good. Don't get me wrong. However, just because it's industry standard does not mean it's like the end-all be-all. However, it is used primarily throughout the industry, and so if you're trying to get into the industry, I recommend you start with it. Yeah, Adobe. Yeah, that's a very good point. Adobe is industry standard, and they suck. Specifically, what? What the? Ooh, okay. What? Why? Okay, I don't care. Okay. Oh. Oh, I see why. I see why that was giving me such a headache. Yep, that's exactly why. Okay. Alright. What time are we at? Character modeling is easy. I have some friends that would disagree with that, but I would disagree with that because I don't do characters, but in Maya maybe it's easy? I don't really know. Let's see. Okay, that's solved for the most point. That's good. That flows through, that does the cut. We don't have any issues there. Oh, I see. Ashish, can you teach character modeling? I am not a good character modeler. I do not teach it. I don't really know it all that well. If you guys want to learn from somebody who does do character modeling, you can check out my buddy Jared Chavez. He is an insane character artist. He's very good at what he does. He is probably the best person to like watch to try to learn that. Not me. Good evening, Madness. How are you doing, buddy? Okay. So once again, this area is a mess. I don't really care. But, let's see. I am thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze and delete everything. Cool. I'm going to save that scene. Nope. Wow. Save scene. Alright. I think I'm going to call it here, guys. I'm getting kind of tired, and staring at this is actually starting to bother me, so I'm going to take a break for today. But I want to thank you guys all for hanging out today. I hope if you're in the US, enjoy the holiday tomorrow. 4th of July, if you aren't aware. I will not be live tomorrow. I'll be live again on Friday. Just on Twitch, though. And then we'll resume some of this stuff next week. I'm going to just try to knock this out this weekend and, like, get it UV'd, because I don't think I can do any more with this thing. Yeah, please, yeah, stay safe if you're setting off fireworks tomorrow. Don't blow off your hands. Nobody wants to do that. Can you suggest any environment artists? I don't really know of any. Just because I don't really tend to focus in that area, so unfortunately I'm kind of not the best person to ask that. Do we want to talk about exclusive? I talked about it a little bit, so yeah, I'll re-mention it again, guys. If you didn't know, you can now support me on Instagram if you'd like to join my VIP program on Instagram. The first 5 people get it for 50% off, and then everyone else, it's the standard. I think it's like $2.99 or whatever Instagram sets it to. But there are going to be exclusive posts there that you're not going to see on my regular Instagram on projects that I'm working on that I'm not sharing in their entirety until they're finished. So if you want to see some behind the scenes stuff that I'm working on, especially like my process of learning like ZBrush, things like that, I will be posting all of that there. So if you would like to, it helps support the channel. If you guys find my tips and stuff useful, it'll kind of support me going forward and helping make more of those. So that would help a lot. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you're always welcome to do that. Plus, it gives you a little badge and chat on Instagram. That's cool. So that's fun. Bro, I'm an environment artist. Okay, so Rathor might be a good option for you. FZK, if you want to take a look at his stuff. That's totally an option for you. But yeah, guys, I'm going to call it for the night. Again, if you want to support me there, that would be totally awesome, and you'll get some exclusive content. And then I'm thinking at some point, I'm trying to get all of the platforms to a point where I can like create the whole like VIP area, so I can do some like private live streams with everybody. So people who support me can get like one-on-one live streams or multi-group live streams. So like however we want to handle that. So that stuff's coming eventually. But yeah. That's just a good way you can support the channel if you are interested. But everybody, thank you so much. Instagram, this is where I'm going to end the live stream just because we don't really go anywhere from here. But you guys have a good night. And if you're celebrating tomorrow, have a safe holiday. I will see you all live again on Monday. I just got to give Instagram a minute to catch up because it takes a second. And we're good. All right. That's it for that one. We'll kill that live stream. Okay, YouTube, same thing for you guys. I will see you all later. You guys have a wonderful night. Looks like we actually had a pretty good stream tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all soon.